Deadfire. Dunnage, that's where we are. In the Radiant Court. Let's have a look around even more now. We have sold a lot of things now. We have over 100,000 coppers waiting to do something. But first we want to take more. Silver fins. Ooh. Yeah, we'll take it all. Fire Kelp, Whale's Wind. We might have to combine these dogs and cats. Bonus to Constitution and Fortitude. We might have to do that. What?
I've got coin and a few scores to settle.
Who? Oh, interesting.
Carry yourself like a person well acquainted with violence. Care to put your skills to use for a good cause? And some coin?
Oh yes, please. She dances a coin across her knuckles, mirth a bright glint in her eyes. Tell me about the cause you mentioned.
It's simple enough. The firebrand commanded by Captain Henqua once plagued the Deadfire. The skill and brutality of Henqua's crew was the stuff of legends.
But now they're all drunks, or what? Desarel flicks the coin she's holding and snatches it from the air with a grin. Up close, it's clearly has swollen it.
But pirate legends don't live long. Some months ago, an alliance of Neketaka pirate hunters managed to corner the firebrand and sink her off the coast of Tikawara. They confirmed Captain Henqua's death, but her senior crew members escaped unscathed.
And they made crews on their own.
And now it seems like bringing the firebrand's crew to justice doesn't matter to anyone but me.
And why you, even in the low light? You can see a vein throbbing at her temple. Her voice drops to a low growl.
So I want you to kill them. And I'll pay you out of my own pocket if you do.
Sounds like you get a grudge against them.
It's nothing personal.
Uh-huh.
The crew earned their reputation through murder and thievery. And it would make me sick to see them regain an ounce of their power.
She tries for a knock-on and shrug, but it comes off looking like she's got a sore shoulder instead. As she speaks, Desiree removes a small swannet from her pocket and polishes the surface with a corner of her shirt. Her features soften like she's visiting an old memory. Then she stuffs the coin back in her pocket with a barely audible sigh. What's bothering you?
There's no need to make my concerns your own, my friend. It's family business, that's all. But I suppose you have a right to know.
She pauses and slips the swannet from her pocket again. It gleams golden in the low light.
My idiot kid sister was on the firebrand, seduced to a dishonest life by the promise of adventure. When the pirate hunters killed the crew and sank the ship, they also killed my sister. But those irredeemable lowlifes I sent you after got away without a scrape. I want them to pay. I don't much care how, so long as they take their turn on the wheel.
Sounds like justice. I'll hunt down those pirates. Who am I looking for?
The firebrand had a mascot. A useless little bastard who's taken to calling himself Lord Admiral Imp. He's not terribly dangerous on his own, but he's keen to make a nuisance of himself wherever he goes.
She rubs the bridge of her nose and sighs.
Last I heard, Lord Admiral Imp was making himself comfortable in Queen's Berth.
Ah.
You'll find him there with a few zarups and constructs, the little buggers convinced to follow him. Bless their simple hearts.
Who's next on your list?
You'll be taking down Lady Ipiro, Captain
Lady
Henqua's former first
Ipiro.
mate and a rumored lover. She's a cipher, and a dangerous one at that.
I think we were at her estate.
Ipiro maintains an estate in Serpent's Crown
Yeah.
in Neketaka. But I wouldn't recommend you rush in muzzles blasting and swords held high. She keeps a number of bodyguards on her payroll.
She kept. I got it.
You'll be going after Katren, the firebrand's resident wizard. Rumor has it, she was once an apprentice to Arkemir before turning pirate.
Interesting.
Last I heard, Katren and her sundry little minions could be found lazing about the sacred stair here in Neketaka at night. No idea where she disappears off to during the day.
And who's the last target?
I have a challenge for you, my friend. And his name is Torkar, leader of the Firebrand's boarding parties. He's an ogre, with a reputation for cleverness and cruelty both.
What? Okay.
I've even heard tell it was Torkar who was behind the Firebrand's most successful tactics, not Henkwa. Torkar was last seen at Lifte's refuge here in DUNNAGE. They're set on joining a crew, or assembling his own. I trust you won't let that happen.
She cocks one dark eyebrow in question. Well, farewell.
Happy hunting.
She nods and gives you a showy wink. Cool, very cool. Ah, there's Rosanella. But let's first talk to this woman. As you approach Ingfrish, she tenses but does not run. Her eyes go wide when she meets your own, shoulders high with a hunted look etched into a long face. MODWYR'S strains in your grasp, pulling desperately toward the figure in the crowd.
Who are you? What are you doing here?
Her face is pale, her brow beaded with sweat. Let's be diplomatic. You act like a hunted woman. Why? I'm a friend, or I could be. I'm here at MODWYR'S request.
I hoped to never...
She rubs a shaking hand across her eyes, which are red-rimmed and bloodshot.
Why did you bring it here?
She sinks back against the stone of the doorway and hangs her head.
You said you would come back for me, but you never did.
MODWYR'S voice is unsteady, strained. It pulls towards Ingfrith, as if it were a needle and she a lodestone.
Alone for all those years, picked up and discarded by countless strange hands, hoping every time that they might be yours. What did I do wrong?
It was no fault of yours. It is I who am to blame.
Ingfrith kneels and lays a scarred, tentative hand on the flat of MODWYR'S blade. You clearly care for MODWYR'S. What happened?
It was shame.
Ingfrith runs her fingers lightly down the length of the blade. MODWYR'S leans into her touch, warms beneath it.
I was born a cipher. As a young woman, I was apprenticed to a master animancer. He was keen to refine the art of housing souls, and he believed someone of my abilities might be an asset to his aim. My parents made a pretty copper on that deal.
She spits on the ground and grimaces.
When I left him, I took MODWYR'S with me. I thought it was my responsibility to look after it. I decided that my penance for MODWYR'S creation would be to hunt those who used animancy for terrible ends.
Huh. You did your penance how?
For a time, I took a position with Dunreed Row in Defiance Bay. I saw things that haunt my nights still. With every unscrupulous animancer brought to justice, my guilt grew, knowing I was their equal in the evils done.
She shifts her weight from foot to foot, unable to meet your eyes.
I fled for Deadfire, to the Principe. But I was too naive to know that shame has fleet feet. It devoured me. I thought if MODWYR'S were gone, I might finally be free of my shame. How foolish I was. But what of you? What do you want?
She takes an unsteady breath and turns her attention back to MODWYR'S.
I don't remember my life before, so I can't hate you for stealing it from me. I don't know if I'll ever be able to forgive your betrayal, but...
The sword leans heavily on Ingfrith, pressing its hilt into her thigh. What's going on there? What about the knob?
I would still prefer to stay with Ingfrith if she would have me.
I'm not so sure that's a good idea. You can't leave. What about us?
You act as though it's a simple choice.
His voice softens, quiets.
I do care for you as well.
The sword leans away from Ingfrith, and toward you it presses into your leg.
I have to wonder, what'll happen to me after both of you die? Can my soul even return to the wheel? Though I've only known life as a weapon, and I've no desire to die. neither do I want to live forever. I'm only a weapon. A tool. And even though you're still a ham-handed halfwit, I trust you. So you decide.
Oh. I'll take up Ingfrith's duty to MODWYR if she's so determined to abdicate it. I don't know. No. Stay with me. Stabbing monsters without you wouldn't be the same.
I'm never happier than when we're covered in blood.
MODWYR takes a deep, shuddering breath.
I'll stay with you. If you'll have me.
Then things will remain as they should be.
Yeah, she doesn't want that, and we want it, really. Ingfrith touches the flat of the blade with something akin to reverence.
Be well, MODWYR.
As Ingfrith turns to leave, she walks slowly, as if waiting for someone to call after her. But MODWYR says nothing, and neither do you. You feel a featherlight touch on your mind. Countless voices swell. Their ethereal tongues speak only apologies. Then, like a breeze, they're gone. MODWYR's soul remains in the sword, but it is no longer bound exclusively to the Watcher. It has been placed in the stash and can now be bound to anyone. Oh, alright. So we have MODWYR here. We'll talk to it. But it has been so good for us too. Our sword.
Hey. So...
MODWYR's hilt cycles between hot and cold, indecisive.
we need to talk about what happened with Ingfrith.
Yeah, how are you doing?
Good? Bad? I don't know how to feel. Should I be angry she was willing to let me go? Should I be happy you wanted to stay with me?
We're going to do great things together. Look forward to that.
You know what? You're right. We're good. I'm happy. The past is past, and all that emotionally healthy philosophical shit people say when they want to pretend they're over something.
It sighs. Yeah, that's MODWYR. How we love her.
Hey. Thanks. You know, for everything.
Of course, I just want you to be happy, MODWYR.
Ew. I think your sincerity's rubbing off on me. What will the other weapons think?
Oh, yeah.
Before you get all bent out of shape. I'm kidding. Mostly.
MODWYR's hilt begins to emanate a gentle glow. It sighs, and the hilt warm, soothing, and familiar. Though the sword's words fade, the warmth remains. Or was that all talk?
What
Can
do
we
you
talk
want?
again? Who were you before you were put in this sword?
It doesn't matter.
Animats rarely retain their consciousness, let alone their memories. You are different.
Nice of you to notice.
You hear what can only be a sneer edge MODWYR's voice.
I was a ruler beyond compare. Handsome, just, exceedingly well-muscled, beloved of my subjects and favored by Wodika.
Well, I'm impressed.
Excuse me? Sarcasm's my thing. Go find your own bit.
Though the sword tries to maintain a serious tone, a slight laugh follows its words.
In truth, I don't know who I was. So far as I can remember, I've always been a sword. Whatever memories I had of a time before, they're gone.
It's between you and me. What do you think of our traveling companions?
Gossip? Really? Now you're speaking my language.
One of the others.
Constantine and I have an understanding. The nature of that understanding is none of your business.
Okay.
Fasina's probably the smartest person in this merry band of idiots. Other than me, obviously. Edwin sings wending epics when she thinks no one's listening. It'd almost be nice if it weren't for her terrible singing voice. Constantine and I have an understanding. the nature of that.
And Adair.
Poor guy's none too bright, but those muscles. I half expect Shody to crawl into your tent when you're not looking.
My goodness me.
If Aloth wants any more scars, let him know I volunteer to help. I asked him which of us he thinks is taller. Now he won't talk to me.
That's Seraphim and Tekuhu.
Fish boy's so self-satisfied, it's a wonder he has time for anything else.
And Maya.
She keeps asking me if I think her weapons are happy. Can you tell her to leave me alone?
And Pelagina.
Pelagina picks me up when she thinks you're not looking. For someone so severe, she's gentler than you might expect.
Alright, that's enough.
What do you want?
We'll leave for now. And we'll bind it to us again. Oh, it can be, but it can be wielded by everyone now. And it's superb now. True independence, immune to intellect afflictions. Oh, nice. Nice, nice, nice. So it isn't soulbound anymore. Wow. Trusts us. It's emotional. 20% damage dealt is burn when above 50, and 20% damage dealt is freeze. 20%, yeah, it went up, I think. Bottoms up. What is that? Stun for 1 round, accuracy versus fortitude. 25% damage dealt is crush and a shock. Strike with a pommel, inflicting bonus crush and shock damage and inflicting stun on the target once per encounter. That's going to be very helpful. Yeah, I like that new MODWYR. We can enchant it too. Let's see. To make it legendary. We could make it legendary. I mean, it's an exceptional weapon for all that it's worth. MODWYR. Legendary. Legendary. Yeah, let's do it. Legendary MODWYR. Here we go. Sometimes you just got to do it. And now for Rosanella.
So you're the captain the old pork's been talking about. Aye, you do look like a fearsome sort.
She slaps her hand onto the
Dunnage.
She slaps her hand onto the buttock with a hearty love. Yeah, thank
What
you.
having? I'll pour you a double.
Pietro sent me to you.
I guess the last concoction I made for him didn't do the trick then. Poor bastard. There's one last tincture recipe I know that won't kill him. Probably. It's called Andra's Bile, but I don't have all the ingredients in stock.
So, what do we have? Do we have to kill 10 ogres or what?
You'll need a rotten hagfish, an unripened palm stone, and a vial of fire kelp extract. Have him mix it all with a half tankard of grog, and well, hope for the best.
Alright, where can I find the ingredients?
Check the barrels around Lifter's refuse for the rotten hagfish. You might be able to find unripened palm stone for sale somewhere in Radiant Court.
Pours a drink, but rather than passing it to a patron, she downs it herself.
Parker in the King's Coffin usually keeps some fire kelp extract on hand for special purposes. Be careful when dealing with that one.
Why do I need to get a rotten and not a regular
The goal is
hagfish?
to make him vomit, remember? A rotting hagfish produces a special oil once it reaches a certain level of decay.
Why didn't you try it earlier?
I did tell you the list of ingredients, eh? He'll have stuff dribbling out of both ends for a week. Maybe 2 if he's really unlucky.
What do you know about the floating hangman, by the way? The ghastly and rotting ship that haunts the Deadfire. Her eyes go wide and she fumbles a bottle of spirits, spilling rum all over the counter.
No one survives the floating hangman. Or so they say. It's the ship of the dead. You spy it on the horizon, you flee as fast as you can.
Sounds like a target. Show me what you've got, though. Nice, 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 nice stuff. Nothing for us so far. That looks nice. Who is there? A stray cat.
I'll see it done.
Epsilon. Reduces initiative penalty for armor. Okay. 10% stride and initiative penalty is reduced. Whoa, oh, that's a powerful one too. So, let's see. The Sunrise. Lifter's Refuge. I have to check like everything now. Absolutely everything. We got Burner here.
Leave it to me.
The Unripened Palm Stone. It's here. Can we buy it?
A repeat customer. I like your type. What can I stock you up with today?
Have any unripened palm stones?
Yes, I do. But they're no good to eat when they're not ripe. Will make you sick so long as they're purple, aye.
She strokes her chin.
Tell you what though, I'll still sell you what I got. Just don't eat them till they're brown.
Yeah, show me. Show me the unripened palm stone. So, King's Coffin, Lifter's Refuge, Radiant Court. There's that. There's that. All quite interesting. Oh, what's that? There's something in here. Water. Crazy. We'll see each other in the next episode when we try to acquire the ingredients to this deadly or nearly deadly concoction. Have a great time until then and happy gaming. This is MODWYR'S signing out. See you soon and happy gaming.